Hello, hello, hello. Alright, I'm gonna try streaming a little Cities Skylines 2 for a little while. Basically, we're just gonna look at the city that I have been playing since Cities Skylines 2 launched a little bit ago. This is my first city in the sequel and my only city in the sequel so far. And it is a it is a pretty big city. 114,000 people live here. And if we zoom way out, you can see it's actually pretty big. So this stream is just going to be a quick kind of tour of the city so I can show off the game and what I have done in the game so far. So let's see. I guess a good place to start is right here. This is where my city began. And this is where I first started. I'm on. I think the name of the map is like Twin Mountains, something like that. I guess those are the mountains there in the distance. And this is where I began my game. So these residential areas over here are some of the very first ones that I ever placed in the sequel. And some of these have been replaced with higher density ones after I unlocked all that. But that was my residential stuff. And then when I first started playing, I went up here, and this was all empty at first. It was just a road to get up here to where I wanted to put my industrial stuff. And so this is my industrial area and my windmills that I used to power the city initially. But of course, eventually this area in here got filled in. This was all empty at first, and I slowly expanded out into it and built all this other stuff and started experimenting with building nicer looking areas for the residential, for the low density residential. Now, I have in this city lots and lots of low density residential. I've seen a lot of folks talking about on the internet and the Reddit forums and stuff about how they feel like the game demands too much low density residential. But I'll tell you what, if you look outside, if you look around any big city, there's going to be sprawling suburbs like this. I don't know that it's terribly unrealistic. You know, most people want to own a house. Like high density, this is either high or maybe medium density. And I mean, people don't super duper want to live in an apartment building. I mean, we will. I've lived in apartments before. Of course, that's an option, but most people, if they could afford it and if it was in the area they wanted to live in, would rather own a house. The reason that big cities like New York have so many giant residential, uh, apartment buildings and stuff, tall, sprawling apartment buildings, is because people want to live close to all the commercial buildings, all the businesses and jobs and stuff that are right there, and that's the only way they can fit everyone in. And here I've got some more sprawling residentials with some little walking paths in between them all. It's fall. I love that in this game you actually get seasons. It actually snows in the wintertime and then the snow melts. One of the first expansions to City Skylines number 1 was to have winter maps so you could have a city that was in the winter, and that was nice. That was cool. But I didn't like my city being in the winter, in the snowy winter all the time. So I love that in this game you have it melt eventually. It eventually melts, but you do get the beautiful winter stuff. So let's see. Over here, I mean, we've definitely got some tall buildings, but I'll show you the real tall buildings later. We've got some beautiful farmlands. We've got my nuclear power plant over here. I love this thing. I can only hope that there is a chance that it will actually have a nuclear meltdown and explode nuclear radiation all over the city, because that would be just really exciting and cool. Here we got my train. Let's see if I can get in here. It's a cargo train. And if we go in here, whoops. Oh no, that's right. There we go. Here we have my train leaving the station by the industrial area. It loops around the nuclear power plant. Don't worry, everybody. I'm sure there's no radiation coming out of that thing and melting you. So it's a little slow. Ever since I first got the game, it's been a little choppy. It's worse now because of OBS and doing the streaming. But I've had to take my graphics down several notches below what I thought I would do, what I would normally do. But you know, it is what it is. It's a big game and it's a beautiful game, and I hope that they're able to improve its performance in time. But it may, I don't know if they can, if they'll be able to do that or not. Maybe this is just a game that one day when I buy a better computer, I'll be able to appreciate at a higher resolution. I don't know, but it's pretty awesome even just as it is. So I am pretty pleased. even if it's not as smooth and as high res as I wish I could run it in. Look at this, it's gorgeous. Alright, so let's see. That's boop, boop, boop. That is my train. The other highlights, I guess, down here, I've got, oops, a little lag there. Down here I've got my seaport. Don't have any oh, there we go. There's some ships are on their way. Yeah, so I've got shipping. And then if we go over here, this is my attempt at a New York City style, you know, very high capacity, high density area. This island has my tourist buildings like the observation tower. It has high density commercial and high density offices. And these over here, I believe, are all the offices. And then these over here are commercial buildings. And when I stacked enough high density commercial and office on this island, I got enough demand for residential here to be able to spawn in or zone in these giant residential buildings. I mean, I just zone in the plots, the high density residential, and then they build them up to be giant like this. So this, I love this. I love this. This is my cool, like, super New York style, high capacity, everything's here. This is like the heart of all the finance and all the big money stuff, I guess, is how I imagine it. And then outside of this giant island, everything tends to be more low density for the most part. I've got an airport over here. I've got a bus route that goes straight from the airport down here to the New York City style island. And I've got subways and stuff. Oh, and one other thing, up this incredibly realistic road system, which of course, perfectly ordinary sight in any major real city is a road like this. But up here, because it's a mountaintop, there's snow on it. I love it. Well, this is where I've got my rock quarry set up. So I have heard that having a rock quarry will make it cheaper for people to build things, because you need rocks and gravel and stuff for all kinds of construction purposes. So, oh, look at that. The snow melted right before our eyes. I love that. I love that. Oh, we got a house on fire here. We got a couple houses on fire. Oh, this is embarrassing. As soon as I start recording my city, the whole thing starts burning down to the ground. I have fire stations. I know I do. Hello? Oh, man. My closest fire station is over there. Well, you know, come on. Come on over, guys. Get the lead out. Where's the fire trucks? Where are the fire trucks? Are you guys? Vehicles in use? None. None vehicles. That's not great. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw a new fire station down. Maybe right there. Just go ahead and. I guess maybe I should have just put it right next to the fire. I guess, but that seemed silly and unrealistic. Oh boy! Okay, I don't know why no fire people are coming to put out the fires, so let's bulldoze the houses around it so that they don't catch fire. Oh! A fire helicopter came and put out the fire. Oh, hey! Oh, that's pretty cool. Is that why the fire trucks didn't come? They were like, the choppers got it. The helicopters got it. We're fine. Waiting for a hearse. So somebody died in the fire. Guys, I mean, the helicopter is probably pretty fast, but I feel like all of you should go. Like, whoever gets there first, it is great, but you shouldn't. Well, you work in the fire department. You shouldn't just be like, I'm sure somebody else has it. I'm sure somebody else will take care of this. No reason for me to get up. Like, no, you should all get up. Everybody should get up and go. It's a fire, for crying out loud. Anyway, so that's it. Just a short stream. I'm really just kind of testing my streaming technology and everything. And I wanted to see how Cities Skylines was going to perform on stream. And it is a little herkier and jerkier than normal, which is already a little herky-jerky. But I don't know. It seems good enough. So maybe I'll plan to sit down and do a nice long stream of this one of these days. Maybe start a new city on a stream, one that I only play while I'm streaming or something like that. That might be fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. Everyone have a good day and have a good night.